Hey guys, this is my new neck knife. I used to carry the classic number 2 as a neck knife, and it resided in my little day kit. But as soon as I got this knife, it replaced it. This was a present from Dusty, and the title is the same as the title of the video in which I saw this knife. I did not know that he was gonna send me this knife. I honestly thought he had another knife lying around and he was gonna send me a new knife. And then this got to me, and I've noticed that he made the modification, and then that it was the knife that he carried and worked with, and that was just amazing. Now I have put this paracord to make it a neck knife, because every time I get to a campsite and I work with the knife, if I spend a day, I'll just have a neck knife, and this is very practical since I can pull it out one-handed. I will have my trapper on my side always, but it takes a lot of effort to take it out one-handed. And this neck knife I can just take out and put it back in without much fuss. Now the modifications that he made on the knife were he put some paracord around the handle, put some duct tape, and a piece of inner tube. The duct tape and this Ranger band were added after the video. What I did is I took fire steel and I put it inside the inner tube, and I made that video response for steering power. After that, I played around with the knife in the woods, and as I do it all, new knives I get, and I thought about it. It works great. The back of the knife, it was squared off. With Dusty did it, and I cleaned it up, and it works great on a fire steel. But if you want to make fire in the woods and you don't have your tinder, and well, let's say this is all you have, that's the idea of a survival kit, that's all you're going to have, then you will need, for instance in my case, I'll have to look for some birch bark, and there are a few birch trees here. I have to walk about 3 kilometers that way, or thistle is down in the valley, or I would have to make really thin shavings, and let's say it rains. I'm not much of a survivor, I'm more of a bushcrafter, but playing around with these thoughts is always fun. So I said I would need a better tinder, and how could I carry it together with the system? Now I could put another inner tube over it and make it bulky, but I don't really want it bulkier than this. And if there just was a tinder that you could store, like the firestraw, just besides the fire steel. So now I have the fire steel, 2 fire straws. You have seen me test cotton and Vaseline in a fire straw, from a fire straw, in wet conditions, on a wet plate. After I took it out of a glass of water, I cut up the fire straw and I took the tinder, put it into water, and then I rinsed the water out, and it lit. Then it went out, I fluffed it up again, and it lit again. So in my opinion, cotton and Vaseline is one of the cheapest and most reliable do-it-yourself tinders out there. And in this little tube, in this little straw, plastic tube, it's not messy at all. It's there when you need it. Doesn't weigh much, very reliable, so I don't think you can beat that. Maybe you can, and I'll show you a video on that, but not in this format. I will have a video on that, actually, a very great way to have a good tinder on you. Very good tinder, but for this system, I don't think there's a better way. I have some cordage that I'm probably never gonna use. I always have one or two survival bracelets. Let's face it, they're more. The cobra stitch is more of a decorative knot, but the zippers in it. Now, I would call this a survival bracelet. You just cut this off and you pull it apart, and you have probably 2 meters of paracord. So I would call this a survival bracelet rather than this, the cobra stitch. That's a different topic. However, I do have some duct tape, which is always useful, and some inner tube. And if you have a lighter and it's wet, well, inner tube is good. We know that. And a ranger band. And they're always handy. I have them throughout my pack. So a great system and a great knife. Now, I am really, really loving this knife. And once again, Dusty, I'd like to thank you. It means the world. Just gifts like that for no reason, and to know that it's been used before, it's just perfect. I hope you guys liked it, the little system that I adapted after Dusty made it. And if you can get your hands on a Mora 510, you won't be sorry. I wish you all a great day.